Hello and welcome to Parker's Pitstop, brought to you by SimNews.TV. I am Tom Parker, and today I have a good friend of mine, someone I have been sim racing with for, must be about 7 or 8 years now. I was there when he first started actually, so it's been fun watching this boy come up through the ranks, and today my guest is Roy Schroten. Hello.
Hello, nice being here.
Hey Roy, so like I said, I've been with you all the way pretty much from the start. Would you like to explain to the viewers where you started sim racing?
That's been already 6 years ago. It was a very long time ago. I started driving in a league where you were driving, and then along the way I got some words of the existence of Gpvwc, and I decided to check it out, doing some races in Super Cup. I wasn't that good back then, but I managed to score some points even. And then after that, I decided to do what have I done after that? A little bit of Formula Challenge, a little bit of everything, I think. Done some years in Super Cup still. Then moved up to Superleague with Woods Racing. Been there for 3 years. And then made the reverse career path back to Formula Challenge, where I'm at now.
Yeah, so obviously at GPWC, you've been all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top, from FC, Super Cup, Super League. You did state just a second ago that you've gone back down to Formula Challenge this year. What made you choose to go back down to Formula Challenge? Was Super League a bit too tricky? Was it time constraints? What made you go back down to Formula Challenge?
One part of it was time constraint. I'm doing my finals now in universities. That was one of the main reasons to go back. But also after 3 years at Woods, I felt that there wasn't that much progress in it anymore. I needed some new challenge because Super League is very advanced with very good drivers, and you need a lot of time there to practice to be the best. And I kind of knew that I wouldn't never really be able to be that high up. So I decided to take a step down to go back to the base. Formula Challenge is a lot more playing with the car, maybe a little bit more driving on my level, so I can compete for some nice points and some nice positions. And yeah, that was a nice reason to go back there. Yeah, that's it really.
Okay, that's that's a very valid reason. Obviously, time constraints can hurt anybody in sim racing, really. But obviously, I think your Formula Challenge career started off pretty well this year. Would you like to explain what happened last week?
I'm still not very sure. I know that after I made the decision to go back to Formula Challenge last year, all of a sudden I managed to get some nice results in Super League, get a top 6 position. I started a little bit doubting if I should have gone back or stayed. And at the start of this season, I saw that at the preseason test, I had expected myself to be a little bit more up there, but with Mianjak and Nano Knot and all the others, they were very quick, so I was not really sure. I was hoping for a top 5 maybe, and I was talking to some people. It would be very amazing to get maybe a win in the season, but that I wasn't really expecting it. And then all of a sudden, you score a first race. And all of a sudden I'm driving in the lead in the second race, and I managed to keep it and just stay there. My pace wasn't really that good even. Well, it was okay, but I guess at this round I just managed to manage the car and manage the setup and manage tires. I've got some experience in longer racing, so I think that the consistency can really help me this season. And I think that really helped for now, but I'm not sure what the remainder of the season will bring. I'm not yet aiming for the championship title, but I'm aiming for some wins for sure.
So obviously, like you said, a really good result back in Australia, a second place and then that elusive win. So obviously, congratulations on that part. You said you're not really sure what your targets are for the year, but do you think you could fight for the championship, or is that a bit too soon to think about? Obviously, it's only just one round in.
Well, if you asked that to me 2 weeks ago, I would have laughed maybe. I would like to go for the top 3, of course, to get on the podium on the end results. But like I said, I was aiming for the top 5s. But now after these rounds, I might have to adjust that. of course, it would be nice to battle for the championship, but I know that's gonna be hard. With Milaniak and Chris Shepard and all the others, they will be right up there in the next round again in Russia. So it's gonna be rough, but of course I'm gonna fight for it.
Excellent stuff. So, you said that you had experience in longer races. What other series do you compete in other than GPWC? Obviously, I know GPWC is one of your main ones for the year. What else do you compete in for this year?
Apart from GPV, I'm doing some WCS racing at the moment. It's with the Formula 3 cars, so that gave me a nice practice for Formula Challenge as well. So maybe that helped a little bit with this kind of racing, short races. But I'm also doing with drag racing. I'm doing some endurance racing at the VMS, Virtual Launch Series, with Ben Willis, some people from GPV as well. So that's nice, because I'm really doing a little bit of everything at the moment.
Lovely stuff. So, is there like a particular genre of racing you prefer? So, do you prefer endurance racing? Do you prefer short sprints like in a Formula Challenge? I know you do quite a wide range of racing in your sim racing career.
Oof, that's a little bit rough. A hard question to answer. At first, I didn't think that I would like the short races with a lot of contact and a lot of energy and aggression in it, but well, after you see how it went now at GPV and at WCS, I guess I kind of like it, but I also like the endurance racing with the long hauls, and you have to be consistent. That's also nice, and I like the teamwork as well, so that's a really nice aspect of that. But if I'd have to choose some kind of racing, I think I'd choose the IndyCar oval racing. I like that a lot as well. I know a lot of people think it's only about going left, but I enjoy it.
I must admit, I do agree with you on that part. I do enjoy the oval racing. It's something you don't get to do very often in sim racing. It's very hard to find someone that does it. Do you do it on R Factor 2? Do you do it on iRacing?
Do I do a lot of IndyCar racing there, or?
Yes, yeah, IndyCar racing, yeah.
No, it was just at the Atlantic Series at the at GPV that I did last few years, but that was only one oval race a year, so I'm hoping maybe that it will return this year, but apart from that, I haven't really found a league where I can do this, and also with the time constraint, I'm driving in 3 leagues now already. I think that's enough for now.
Would you consider moving into iRacing in the future? I know a lot of people are saying iRacing's the future. There's a lot going on, big news over iRacing, etc. Would you consider going there full time, possibly when your master's degree is finished, or would you consider staying in R Factor 2? Just keep it simple for now.
No, I'm not very sure about iRacing. I know a lot of people go there, but it's a little bit rental, I used to say, but who knows, maybe in the future. But now I enjoy racing with R Factor 2. Maybe the tires sometimes are a little bit weird, but no, I enjoy it in general.
Lovely stuff. So obviously, it's nice to keep your options open. I mean, like you said, you never know where you're going to be in 2 or 3 years' time. Obviously, like you said, you got your masters this year, and then obviously after that, it'll be a lot easier for you to concentrate on sim racing if that's what you wish to do. Obviously, what to say? I mean, you do enjoy sim racing. What is it you enjoy the most about the sim racing? I mean, I personally love it for the community. I love it for the competing side of it. What do you find the best about sim racing?
Well, when I'm driving, I want to win, so that's one thing, the competing factor. But I like most just having the community feeling with it. I know GPV. I met some great friends like Nano and Whoopi, and I drove here with my brother as well in one team. So it's just nice to have those friends and see them at the meeting and at other times as well. I like the community, I think, most of it. You have all these people who enjoy motorsports and Formula One, and it's something nice to talk about.
You mentioned that you've been in a team with your brother. Is there a lot of friendly rivalry between you and Mike? I know obviously Mike does a lot of sim racing as well. Was there friendly rivalry between you two when you're driving? When you're racing in a team, do you help each other a lot, or when you're competing against each other, is there a lot of family pride? How's that work?
A lot of people always used to ask like who's faster. I would always say that me. But like we haven't really raced that often in the same league really. So it was only the first year, of the first few races that we both raced in Super Cup, and after that we already split it up. So but we both own a team in the Super Cup ranking, and there's some rivalry there. Last season it didn't go too well for me. I lost to him. This year it's gonna be hard too, but I'd like to. If the racing team Schroten car finishes in front of the Mashuric, then of course I would message him.
When you race, when you obviously both back at your parents, how was the setup? Were you both in the same room? Were you in separate rooms? That must have been pretty awkward for your mum and dad when you were trying to race.
No, we have the separate rooms, so that helps a lot. We were on the same setup. Now I have the G27. He still has the driving force GT, I believe. He doesn't drive that much at the moment. Sometimes, well, we haven't really been in an incident between each other, but I can assume that sometimes we were shouting across the room. We did some dirt racing as well, and that's a little bit playing. And if we would be around each other, we would like to stay clear of each other at least. So sometimes we would scream at each other and help each other with setup and driving lines. But apart from that, like we haven't really raced that often together. Like we did a lot more on the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. It was a lot easier just to play, but this is a little bit more professional, so that changed a lot.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, like I said, it's a very unique situation. I don't think I've ever met a couple of brothers, obviously yourselves, Simracing. Obviously, there are brothers in the Simracing community that do race together. Also, you two are twins, if I remember rightly. So, very unique. Like you said, other people obviously say, I use one faster than the other, blah, blah, blah. And you probably do have your different motives for racing. But do you think it's helped having Mike there to help you, or do you think it's a hindrance? What would you say?
When we first joined the first league that we were in, I still remember some people thinking that we were actually just one guy trying to enter twice. So that was a little bit fun, but then when we drove together at the same time, everybody could see that we were actually two persons. But other than that, yeah, it's nice to do things together. We've done it, of course, very often when we were kids, and we used to always play the same games and do the same things. So it's really a twin. Sometimes we are one person, but yeah, it's fun to do something on your own. It's nice to do it together and talk about it together and try to help each other get faster. So yeah, I think that helped. At the moment that racing team Schroten in Super Cup, I have two brothers as well, the Batalla brothers. I think it helps in the team for the atmosphere and just makes it easier to communicate.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Obviously, it's a lot easier if you can speak in real life than it is obviously over a computer. And I think in a way, it's got like a healthy rivalry. It helps you push each other. You can see what someone's doing. You can see what they're good at, what they're bad at. You can help each other. And I think at the end of the day, that's obviously going to help someone if you can see what they're good at, what they're bad at, what can make you as a driver better. I think we'll round this off with one more question. What are your aims for the year? What do you want to do for the rest of this year? What will you be aiming for in the leagues you're driving in? Will there be any more stuff you'll be doing this year, or will there be other surprises up our sleeve?
Not really, I think. It's just going to be an easy year for me. Just take it easy, see where it ends up in Formula Challenge, and maybe if the Atlantic Series returns, I'll go join that. But other than that, I think I'll just take it easy and just give my all for every round. Try to make it consistent top fives, and then in the end see where we end up. And with the team, I just hope that I won't finish last again in the Super Cup standings. I hope we can do better, but I'm pretty sure we will. But other than that, it's just going to be a relaxing year, I think.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you very much, Roy, for joining me today. That was Roy Schroten on Parker's Pitstop for episode 5. Check out SimNews.TV on Facebook for some more interviews, and we will be back in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Tom Parker. I will see you soon. Goodbye.